Okay, so in case anyone didn't hear the news, for those who don't know, basically let me lay this out right now. As you can see from the title, you probably know where this is going. But anyway, now we all know that when Disney bought Star Wars and all things from Lucasfilms, basically, a lot of people were wondering, well, what's going to happen to the Dark Horse comics, the Star Wars Dark Horse comics? And for a while, they didn't say, well, we're still going to be publishing the comics, don't worry about it. But now, officially today, that has come to a halt. It was officially announced today that that the rights to the Star Wars comics will be going to Marvel, back to Marvel, I should say, and Dark Horse will cease to make Star Wars comics. Now, this isn't, like, in effect right of this moment. It's just been announced. I don't know when the official date of when they're going to transition to Marvel Comics, back to Marvel Comics, I should say, and when Dark Horse, like, I don't know the exact date. I didn't catch the, the date that's going to stop. So, yeah, that's kind of the thing. But it is going to be, apparently it's going to be of this year, like, somewhere in this time frame, because obviously next year we're getting the new Star Wars films. So, how do I feel about this? I have a love-hate relationship with this. Okay, let's talk about the negatives right out the gate. Yes, obviously the Dark Horse. I almost said Dork Horse. That's a weird-ass comic series. Anyway, Dark Horse has done a phenomenal job with their Star Wars franchise. They branched out the entire... They pretty much built the Star Wars universe. They basically constructed and helped construct the Star Wars extended universe. They helped make Boba Fett a character that was a huge success. You know, I didn't say like they were the ones responsible. They played a huge part in showing how badass Boba Fett was. They branched out characters like General Grievous, Asajj Ventress, Count Dooku. They did some great stuff with Darth Vader here and there, and they've also had other great Star Wars titles like The Empire, X-Wing Rogue Squadron. Yeah, I can't talk today, and so many other comics. And it really hurt, and it's not. They had some phenomenal people on there. They've had Brian Wood. They've had Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. They've had Steve Niles. They've had several big name people on these comics doing these stories, and it kind of sucks that that's all coming to an end. And it really hurts too, because that a lot of the stuff does come from that, so that really does hurt, honestly. But then you got to look at the other end of the spectrum. Now that, because for those who don't know, yes, Marvel did own Star Wars when it first came out. They did own the comic book rights to Star Wars when they first came out, and did like the they kind of did like a version of the comics that was close to what George Lucas was doing. So, yeah. Anyway, it's kind of funny that Dark Horse is doing that now, but anyway, getting back to what I was saying. Pretty much what it was actually, what I'm trying to say is, now we're getting not only comics, but graphic novels from Marvel. That means we have Marvel, writers on these titles now. And not to say they've done these before. There's been a lot of people who worked at Marvel who did Star Wars beforehand, either writing or artwork-wise. So, but now you have a whole door open to people who can write Marvel comics. Again, I am so tongue-tied right in this video. I mean, write Star Wars comics, and not only that, like Star Wars graphic novels. So, I don't know if we're going to get Star Wars ongoings like we did with the Dark Horse series. But what I would like is, like, obviously, I would like to say an ongoing, but of what I don't know. Obviously, we're going to get miniseries, and a few graphic novels would be cool. I mean, I would like a Boba Fett ongoing series. Wouldn't that be badass? I mean, have that written. Okay, here's my creative team for a Boba Fett ongoing series. Writer, Matt Fraction, and artwork by, who was it? It just now left me, damn it. It wasn't David Aja, as much as I love David Aja's artwork. What's his name? He's now working with Mark Waid on Daredevil. That artist. I would pick that artist with Matt Fraction and doing it Boba Fett ongoing series. How awesome would that be? Or if not Boba Fett, I would not Boba Fett. I mean, in terms of other writers I could see writing Boba Fett, would be someone like Rick Remender. Oh, he's perfect. As much as I love Matt Fraction and his Hawkeye stuff and a few other things, Rick Remender on Boba Fett. Hell freaking yes. Rick Remender writing Boba Fett. That is so awesome. Oh, man. But then you've got other writers who can write these characters like Bendis, Fraction, Hickman. Oh, Hickman on Star Wars would be freaking amazing. Jonathan Hickman on Star Wars would be great. I would love that. You've also got other like Mark Waid, so many other people on these from Marvel, and so many other great writers from Marvel that could do these great series. But the other end, but again, getting back to the other end of the spectrum, it sucks because Dark Horse spent years, and I mean not just like 5 years, they spent years building these stories, and now it's just kind of put to a halt. Kind of sucks. But again, on the other end, I'm at really two minds of this big transaction, guys. I really am. It really is It really does kind of. I'm really on the fence with this. On one side, it really hurts that I've read a lot of the Dark Horse Star Wars stuff. It's really good, and it really sucks that it's not happening. It's going to be going soon. But on the other side, you've got this big plethora of great Marvel writers who could do some amazing things with this universe. I'm just saying I think there is something going for that. I mean, again, I'm really hoping for. Actually, no, perfect creative team. I've now thought of it. Rick Remender, John Romita Jr., Boba Fett. Boom. There you go. I think I just made basically the Captain America creative team, but with Fett. And maybe for like other characters, like I don't know. Like the thing is that another thing I want to bring up is that where in the Star Wars universe are they going to put this? Are they going to put this in? Are they going to have like just basically use the Star Wars universe as their playground, or are they going to have a set Star Wars universe that they're going to have? I'm thinking that's going to be following like the universe of episode 7 and then on. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to say the least. Of where they're going to. That's probably where they're going to be their ground point is, but I'm pretty sure somewhere down the road they're going to be doing other things with the Star Wars universe, obviously with the original trilogy and probably some, regrettably, prequel universe. Anyway, guys, I could go on and on about this, but I really want to know what you guys think of this. Do you guys like this idea? Do you guys hate it? I really want to know what you guys think about this, because this is kind of a huge deal right now, in my opinion, because it's the end of one series, but it's kind of like the closing of a door and the opening of a window, in my opinion. Because now you have all these like great writers, and I really want to know if you are cool with this idea. I really want to know like what creative teams and what series you'd like to see. Like what writers would you like to see have their hands in the Star Wars universe? You know, stuff like that. And what would you like to see come out of the Marvel comic Star Wars stuff? But anyway, guys, that's really all I have to say for this video. So I will see you guys later.